Good evening, everyone. This is Arm Bashil for DrySucks AR, and here we are with Armored Warfare and its infamous reload point or 0.19, whatever they're calling it. So I've thought about this quite a bit after, it's been many months. First off, I liked Armored Warfare. I'm going to be right for I liked it. I was never a big fan of the Crytek engine selection. I've never been a big fan of the engine. Actually, I think it's just absolute shit. But besides that, I always felt Armored Warfare did have enough distinction to separate itself from World of Tanks. And had a lot of good things going for it. Had a lot of bad things going for it. Did it need to be rebuilt from the ground up? Right off the bat, I'm going to preface that with no. Because typically when that happens, in my experience of playing games throughout the years, that's development time that could have been spent improving the foundation of what you had instead of rebuilding that foundation. That's like getting your house completely built and going, oh, foundation's bad, rip it apart. No, you should just build around that foundation. Now, again, I've just logged in. Right now, you have two options. You can continue on with your current progress, or B, you can do a progress reset, which will take everything, refund all your points, refund everything, take it back to zero. I'm not going to even recommend what to do at this point. I haven't played enough. I only played one round in my T90 A, and I was actually, it seems like, excuse me, by the way, today's stream is brought to you by Johnny America's IPA. It seems like, okay, it is harder to kill things now. In fact, I took on was it a Terminator or one of the other AFVs, and I was flabbergasted at how many times my rounds did not pen. Again, it's my first trip back. I had my T90. I didn't even redo my you got refunded all your retrofits. So there's a little bit of turmoil here, and I'll admit I haven't really sat and reevaluated. But let's just look at this. So new patch comes out, rebuilds the game. How many people are playing? Wow. Well, nothing's changed here. Now, I'm being a little condescending. Maybe, a lot of people don't know the patch. A lot of people left the game because they felt it was going nowhere. And I'd have to agree with that. Again, you just spent 6 to 8 months rebuilding a game that maybe didn't need to be rebuilt. Maybe you just needed to... I don't even know what to say here. I've just seen this so many times where developers are scrambling. And it relates back to my experience with MMOs trying to compete against World of Warcraft. They constantly would just come back and try to duplicate. No, make something unique, make something different, okay? And again, they're tank games. How unique and different can you get? Agreed, there's not a whole lot. And again, this is a unique space. There's not a large audience, and it dwindles as you go from Russia to Europe to North America. North America is just not that into tank games. It's a select niche group. And what little bit there is now divided amongst World of Tanks, War Thunder, and then Armored Warfare. So you've got to do something to stick out from the crowd. You can't just mimic what your competitor does. And again, at its core, Armored Warfare was World of Tanks. But at least for the most part, the presentation and that, hey, it's something different. And the PvE, of course, brought that in. Now, again, unfortunately, I feel that divided the community even more. Every time you add a new play mode, global operations, PvP, PvE, it just chunks up the community of who wants to play what. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for him on that one. I kind of like PvE, but it does get stale against bots. I hear now it's a little tougher, but again, that's a rework of the engine. It's still against bots. I prefer players. Right now, the biggest niche they had going, they were the only at the time that had modern vehicles. Now, in around April Fools, War Thunder introduced their little quote-unquote play test. Personally, I played it. I loved it. I think it's some serious competition here. I'm not sure this game's going to make it at this point. Now, I peruse the forums, and there's a lot of people who ramble and about, oh, I wish I'd never spent money. Well, it's a risk we all take. And I'm going to take a little bit of a chapter from, I watch a lot of Deviant Cage, and he kind of touched on this. We all take risk in these games, especially in this age of early access. If we want that to stop, we all need to stop buying early access. Let's just be straight up. And I'm as guilty as the next, and it's all risk we take. It's no different, really, than going to Vegas. So, hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not, I just live with it. And again, I don't want to come off as like I want the game to fail. I wanted it to succeed. But at the same time, I feel like now we're all back to ground zero, and unless they can come up with some great marketing campaign, they need to get on Steam. They need to throw some money at marketing and wake people up, have the people come back. I mean, already this patch is out, and I know a lot of the players watch the forums. They're in there posting. They're not even playing. So they know the patch is out, and then granted, I just got off work, so I'm coming in. So I'm thinking in a few hours, maybe it'll pick up. I'm hoping. I'm going to check back in. Right now, you can see I'm going on 3 minutes, 55 seconds trying to get into a match. This is the same as when I decided, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I can't continue to just play PvE. It's boring. I want a PvP, okay? I can't get a match. Can't even get global operations. There was nobody doing that. Everybody's just jumping into PvP. PvP. And I have not done PvE. I'm not going to do it because, yes, I might get a match, but that's not why I'm here. Let's see. Global operations. And go. Okay. That's even worse. Custom match. I didn't want that. Sorry, guys. So at this point, I don't even know how to even approach this. Maybe I'll come back in a few hours and see if there is more players. I can't even decide if I like the changes. I've only had one round. Only thing I can walk away with is that it did feel harder to kill things than it used to be. But again, I haven't played probably in 4 months. Definitely longer against another player. I was down to PvE before I just finally kind of hung my hat. So I don't even want to recommend anything. I don't know if I should progress reset. I don't even know what I should do. At this point, I'm apparently not going to play a game. It's just, it's mind-boggling. Again, I don't even know who to point fingers at. Now everybody wants, because Obsidian has now washed their hands with it. Now everybody points fingers at them, but is that fair? Honestly, I think Obsidian was hired because Obsidian has notoriously been known to be able to kick out a game in a short amount of time. Not saying it's not buggy, but they've been notoriously able to do that. It looks like we got a match. And let's see where we go from here. Watch me do some epic fail here. Alright, so we got an encounter. If I'm right, too, this map was always hard on frame rate. This, by the way, was the special. If you'll notice now, it has been upgraded. I now have reactive armor on it. And there's been other changes I've noticed throughout the game. Again, I have not delved deep. I haven't decided whether to reset or stay where I'm at. I know resetting, I could probably focus and get down to a tier 10 easily because I'm kind of all over the board, and I definitely have a lot in the 8 area. But we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I don't know if I know this map very well or not. feel like I'm in a good spot here. I don't want to get spotted. And I just took a hit from ATGM. My reactive armor took it. Job. Backing it up. That was probably a little more exposed than I did want to be. But I'm curious on the spotting. There's definitely something going on out there. Okay. Guess I took the poor choice. I should just went up on the hill like everybody else. I'm gonna go help. Let me fall back here. Can I go help this guy out? Let's see what happens.
Identify target.
Okay, I'm about ready to get gang raped.